Welcome to the open board meeting. I want to thank all of those attending, and I would like to congratulate all of the parents of seniors graduating this week. This is an outstanding class. This year has been challenging, and the needs of the school have been different, to say the least. I've had many conversations with parents that have been very excited and supportive of our school's operation of in-person learning. And at this time, I'd like to thank Jeremy Gregerson and his faculty and staff on a tremendous year. This week, when we asked for questions for the open board meeting, most of them were operational related. The board reviewed the questions and Jeremy Gregerson answered individual concerns. Some of the board questions were, what does the board do? How long do we serve? How do you become a board member? Our job as trustees is long-term strategic planning of the school. Our main job is hiring the head of school. A successful board has one employee, and we assist and guide the head of school throughout the year. Trustees serve a term of 3 years with a maximum of 4 terms. Committee of Trustees is a group elected from the board that looks at the strength and time of trustees on the board. Education, work experience, value to the institution are qualities that are looked for in potential trustees. The current trustees are units that are spouses. They have one vote. Not every couple intends to come on as a unit. That is why some are single individuals on the board. The board are all volunteer positions. Some positions and committees require more time. Ultimately, we are all parents that want what's best for the school. This year, I'd like to introduce new trustees to the board: Bob Bogner, the Honorable Harmony Letitia and Connor Flynn. And last year, since we did not meet, I'd like to introduce Angela and Vincent Zahn, who joined last year. We also see the departures this year of Kelly and Dr. Brian Irier, and also Vershali and Dr. Girish Dalat. And we thank them for their numerous years of service. Also, this is my last meeting as chair. So I want to congratulate Matthew Chilton as the incoming chair, Pat Ramsey as the vice chair, Brad Shear as treasurer, and Joanna Falb as secretary. As we close out the year, I'm happy to announce we just completed our NACE accreditation, which was very successful. And once again, thanks to Jeremy Gregerson and the staff for putting that together and handling that process in a year where everything was online. Today, an email was sent to the community. After years of planning, we're proud to have a groundbreaking on Friday, May 28th at 9 a.m. for the Meadows STEM expansion. Science utilized by upper, middle, and lower school. Heidi Lee has done an excellent job fundraising for this building. And as the Board of Trustees, we couldn't be more proud to get this done as soon as possible. This is a great addition to the campus. The school is in very stable financial condition. The admissions have never been stronger, and the interest in the school is greater than ever. At this time, the board is open to questions, and I'll refer questions to the appropriate trustees or members of a certain committee. And remember to unmute yourself if you have a question. And once again, we are parents, so we're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to reach out to us, ask questions. We should see you on campus. We're looking forward to that this next year.
You can also feel free to drop questions into the chat if you don't want to attract attention to yourself.
Well, if there aren't any questions, I'm going to tell you, please, Friday, May 28th at 9 a.m. is the groundbreaking for the STEM expansion. We really look forward to anybody who would love to come to that. Like I said, that's an exciting time for the school. Any other Board of Trustee members? Anybody would like to say anything? I know Jeremy's kind of preoccupied, so I'd love to get him off if that's get him off of the meeting if that's possible.
Matt, as you know, this is Matthew Chilton. As you know, I'm a little bit preoccupied, but I just wanted to sneak away and say thank you on behalf of the board. I know many others, just for all your guidance and being the chair for the last 3 years. And hopefully I can fill those shoes for you in a good way. Thanks.
Absolutely. There's no one better to fill this position than you, Matthew Chilton.
Matt, I'll ask a question. So the groundbreaking is for the expansion to the upper school building, right?
Correct.
And it's actually going to open those classrooms not next school year, but the year after that. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I'm wondering what the timetable is for. I'm just trying to envision, because I think, aren't we losing a couple of the existing classrooms eventually for that? I'm just trying to figure out what state it's going to be in next year while we're having classes. I'm just trying to envision that.
That is a Brett Peterson question. He's probably more apt to tell you exactly where your class will be or the temporary classroom will be held.
So it's not me. I'm just curious. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom, really quickly, what we're trying to do is build out to do all of the earthwork this summer, right? So the heavy moving and the heavy equipment is finished before we start school in the fall. Then we're hoping to finish the entire outside and then break through those classes next summer, right? So we don't even think that we're going to be doing any building within the current structure during this school year, if all goes well, right? And you know what they say about the best laid plans, but that is the plan, is to try to make sure that it's as the least disruptive as possible. I see a question in the chat, Matt, about the Center for Ideas. Do you want me to sort of field where we're talking about, where we've been on that?
Yes, that'd be fantastic.
Okay. So where we are right now is the expansion is going to allow us to empty some space in the current administrative buildings. It'll also allow us to move one teacher probably from the middle school, which will allow us to do some interesting things with regard to where we can put classes and where we can put students. And it'll also, make sure that we have enough room when we ultimately fill the upper school, which will happen in the fall of 22. So all of that movement out of the admin building will free us up to start looking at the next phases. We are not 100% on what those phases are going to look like, but the board is currently envisioning a multi-year, multi-stage process for making sure that we have a best-in-class admin building, along with a Center for Ideas, which is a center for interdisciplinary explorations in the arts and sciences. So that's still very much on the docket, and it's part of the board's plan moving forward. But we need to see how this project finishes up in its fundraising, and then the board is currently longer term decisions regarding the next two buildings, or maybe one large building in 2 phases or something along those lines.
So are those people that are just attending that are dropping in, Marlene, or are they exiting?
No, they're just arriving.
Okay.
So I would say, just to tag on to what Matt and Matthew have said, first of all, thanks to Matt Becker. He's been a really great guide and leader for me over the course of the past few years. So thank you very much, Matt, for all of your service and the time you've put in to making sure the school runs well. Also, I want to thank all of the parents who were really visionary in terms of their desire to see the school run well this year. It would have been a whole lot easier for everyone just to stay home and duck and cover, but we saw a bunch of parents participate fully in the Meadows experience as they capable and as they felt safe. And we therefore had a really great school year. Kids had a wonderful experience. And I think that the teachers ultimately, even though they worked harder than they ever have, I think that they will all agree that we all had a very successful year. So thanks to the parents. And again, I can't say about the faculty who actually did all the heavy lifting this year and made sure that the experience was what we expect.
Well, at this time, I'm going to close the open meeting. If we don't have any questions, we look forward to seeing you at the groundbreaking Friday, May 28th at 9 a.m. We appreciate it. Thank you all. I mean, obviously, the school is built on parents, and you guys are the most important part. So thank you.